All right, we got Bruno and Mr. John from Flippin Out. Mr. John, y'all just went and did a show called Cabin Wars. I want you to tell us about it.
Well, it was an amazing experience. We got selected to go do a cabin flip. We had 30 days to do it. We thought going into it, we had a $20,000 budget and 30 days. When we got there, we said, hey, we got a surprise for you. We're doing a double season. You have a $40,000 budget, but you still only have 30 days. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So they doubled the size of your cabin.
They doubled the size of our cabin.
Yeah.
Doubled our budget, but still only had the 30 days.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so y'all were there for 30 days. It was you and your crew, Seth and Aaron. Were them?
My wife, Becky. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. And so tell us about the cabin, about the experience.
So when we first saw this cabin, we said, okay, these people don't like us.
Yeah.
It was just a long, just army barracks looking thing.
Yeah.
No charm.
Well,
Low pitch, hip roof.
Yeah.
So a lot of the other cabins had like tall, A-frame type, roofs that had, looked like cute cabins. And then I got this thing.
Well, to be fair, in y'all's interview with them, y'all showed your flip portfolio and your renovations that you had done.
Yeah.
And you had showed them around my house. So they probably were like, hey, these guys are the real deal. We're about to get some real labor out of them.
And I've come to find out that is what happened.
Is it? I
did.
We're acting on yourself too good.
Well, I was trying to get in there, man. And but yes, it backfired on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, though. Hey, that's a compliment to them, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
It was quite a challenge, though.
Yeah. So during y'all's time, I know y'all had some key people who came and helped. So again, your crew was you and your wife, Miss Becky.
Yeah.
You had Seth and Aaron. Seth runs their paint crew and their remodel crew. But there were some key people who came that don't work for you that came in and just helped out. Let's talk about them.
Sure. So we were getting close to the end, and we were trying to make decisions on countertops.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, it sure would be great as it was coming together we said it sure would be great to be able to put granite in this thing. And Becky said, well, you know what? I'm going to call Galen. And Galen Perry's with Perry Home Design is who we use to do our granite work here. Said it can't hurt just to ask him,
Yeah.
I mean, and it was pretty short notice. I mean, like within a week.
Yeah.
And so she called him, said, you know what? We're not super busy right now. Let me see what I can do. So Becky went home that weekend, looked at some stuff that he had, and said, yeah, I can do that. Let me know when you need me. He came that next week, got his measurements. No, we sent him measurements, and he came that next week and installed the granite and was super kind and said, look, you know what? Just at the end, let me know what budget you got left. If you can afford to pay me. If not, I just want to do what I can to help y'all out, which is super, super generous.
Yeah.
Not expected at all. Well, to top that off, him and Becky, as Becky does, there's always another layer. By the time you think you're done with something there, this sure would be nice.
Here comes Mama Becky.
Yeah. Let's add another layer of icing on this thing.
Yeah.
Started talking about, boy, wouldn't it be beautiful to put a natural edge piece of wood on top of this granite? Him, being the creative mind that he is, like her, he saw it. He said, you know what? He said, I've got a piece of pecan at my house. He said, I'm going to go home. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to bring it back to y'all. And I'm like, you got to be kidding.
That's clutch.
Yeah, man. And so he laughed. I said, you know what, Becky, I think he was just caught up in the moment of being generous. I said, there's no way he's coming back. I mean, it's 4 hours away. And a couple of days later, he called and he sent a picture of it. And he said, how does this look? And I mean, it looked absolutely incredible. Actually, I
some camera.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, wow, that's really good.
It was incredible. Matter of fact, when he put it in, I said, this almost might be too nice to leave here. I mean, I was thinking, oh, that would look good in my house.
Yeah.
But anyway, then on top of that, he came, he installed the thing. He stayed and worked with us for 2 days just because he saw we needed help, man. So, yeah.
You just beat that.
Just incredible. Yeah, great guy, man.
Amazing. So Galen Home Designs guy, or Perry Home Design.
Perry, yes, Galen Perry. Yeah, Perry Home Design. And did work out with it, but with his extra help and us, doing most of the stuff ourselves, not using minimal subcontractors. We did have some budget left at the end, and I'm glad that we are going to build a painting. So,
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
But how cool is it that somebody
But it's not expecting
with the expectation of, I'm just
man,
help you guys.
Oh, just unbelievable.
Man.
I mean,
and then there was somebody else who came and helped y'all.
Yeah, Beverly Telefaro. She was just a friend of the family, and our kids grew up with her kids. We all homeschooled together, and she's a great seamstress. And the custom bunk beds we built that had curtains on them, so that each kid could have their own separate private space is what we were going for on that. And she came and sewed all that. We had a floating day bed in the living room. She sewed all the covers for that. So she would prepare meals for us in the evenings and bring us food. So she would be so it didn't she got to come hang out and really be a part of it. She kind of came, said, "What do you need?" and went back to her cabin. The park gave us, if we had people come in, they would give us a cabin to stay in. So she went back to her hole and just sewed all day. You know what I mean? Just, yeah. And then, like I said, and then prepared meals and stuff for us. Just
the servants that you got to complete the goal. Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Very cool. And so y'all finished your cabin. Were you happy with the product that y'all put out there?
Man, Harrison, I'll tell you, it just became a labor of love. I cannot tell you. It's hard for me to talk about it without getting emotional. I don't have a background in construction. So I went into it that I said, I'm going to break down the steps of this. If you look at a house going up and you see all the boards, it looks complex. But if you have somebody explain to you what each board is, it's not complicated. That was my goal going into this, to show people, what you can do this, number one. And number two, the value of sweat equity of doing the work yourself. I'm not telling you go start a business, but if you're going to do something around your house, don't be afraid to dive in and do this stuff. But so once we got there, and we go out to eat a couple times, and we go to different places picking up materials. And of course, we're promoting the show, and so we tell people where we're at, and people, just person after person starts telling us stories about how they went there as a kid. Well, since, over the years, the place has really run down. There's new owners that just bought it that are pumping tons of money into it. It's going to be incredible. But it's really run down at this point. Yeah. And so it just kind of clicked to me after I heard that several times. Well, my guys, I said, I've got a completely different vision of why we're supposed to be here. We need to create an amazing place where families come, an atmosphere and an environment where kids can come and have fun. That, to be honest with you, that's why it had such a special place in my heart. Because these kids would come through and say, "Hey, y'all," I said, "see a loft up there?" And I said, "There's a secret passage to get to it. Put in a sauna, mom and dad, to get relaxing." Like I said, we just did a bunch of cool stuff for kids. Put in a pier for kids, people to stand on and fish. And like I said, it just turned into something that was just centered around families and kids and people forming memories, man, for years and years to come.
Yeah. So the reason that is so important, guys, is because Mr. John didn't want to do this.
That is so true.
His wife, Miss Becky, most amazing person on the planet, talked him into it. And then they tossed me that
I think I needed somebody like Harrison that I look up to and respect as a business person and just as a person in general to say, look me in the eye and say, "John, you need to do this." And I'm like, "Why?" And so he explained to me why. So that's what I needed to get me over that hump to want to do it. So yeah, that is true. I did not want to do it.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's important that everyone showcases your skills, and it's not bragging. It's not braggadocious to put the skills and the talents that God's given you and the things that you've spent a lifetime working on, to put those on display. Right. And I think it could do nothing but help your business and show people that some of the best contractors in the world live right here in a small town. Right. You found purpose in your labor instead of laboring for a TV show or for money. Right. You as you got into the culture of Covington and you realized that you were going to be helping the future of children and their families create memories, and now all of a sudden there's a passion and a purpose. Absolutely. With what you're doing. We said that whenever when we kind of pivoted. We said, y'all, this is no longer about winning cabin wars.
this is no longer about getting votes.
Yeah. Now,
This is
one win, and we do want to vote.
absolutely, absolutely,
But there's a why still.
absolutely. But because we can continue our message, by this message. I mean, it instilled, it woke up something inside of me that honestly, that I didn't know was there, and it's a passion for kids and families.
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm. I had to work a lot growing up. I didn't get to go do those things as a kid.
Right.
I didn't get to go to church camps and go do stuff that normal kids wouldn't did. I mean, it's just how I grew up.
Yeah.
And so that's a big part of why this was such a labor of love, is because I said, man, I'm going to create something for kids that, that I didn't get to do, but I can create that for other people to be able to do those things.
And then put that experience on steroids for them.
Yeah.
Not a grimy old.
Yes.
But no, y'all put together a product that people would go like, man, we need to go back to that cabin next year.
It's exactly what we said. And like I said, at the open house, kids were going through there literally squealing, saying to their parents, Mom, Dad, we got to come back to
this one.
We got to stay in this one, man. I tell you what, it was just.
They're going to charge them premium for y'all's cabin.
Well, they are there. It's already showing. It's already showing what it. If you go to, I think when you go to vote, it shows what it costs to book each one. And ours is the most expensive one.
That's awesome. Is there anything else that you want to talk about on here?
Man, that's just it. And just wanted to give glory to God for the talents and gifts that He's given me. Amazing people that He has surrounded me with. My team that came down with me. Yeah, that's just it. I thank everybody that was a part of it, that hung in there. Nobody complained. I'm telling you, I'm talking 12, 14-hour days through the ice storm. We didn't miss a day. Then after that, it rained for like 5 days in a row, and we're setting up plywood over us to create something to get under, to get out of the rain, to be able to cut boards and stuff. I mean, we worked 6 days a week the entire time we were there. I didn't come home one time sleeping in a little cabin with a double bed. And it was like I said, in some weird way, by the end of it, I was just so locked into it. You would think I'd have been just so excited to come home, and I wasn't. It's actually been kind of a weird transition coming home, because I just immersed myself into that project so much.
Yeah.
That is actually kind of tough to come home.
Maybe we need to go buy some cabins, man.
Maybe we did. Maybe, I'll tell you what, don't joke like that, because I'm telling you, I would love to take on a project like that. Like I said, it just woke up something in me that I have a passion for now that I didn't know was there.
Yeah.
As far as families and kids.
Yeah. So anybody watching this, if you know anybody who owns a campground that's ran down and they would like to sell to some wonderful investors and contractors.
Yes.
All right. Well, guys, the Flippin Out crew, John and Becky Ponthieux, Seth and Aaron Sharplin, special shout out to Galen at Perry Home Designs, and I can't remember.
Beverly
Telefaro. They really, really appreciate you watching this, for one. And number two, this is a vote-based competition. So John and Becky need your votes. That's why we're here today. What is the website?
It is cabinwarstv.com.
cabinwarstv.com.
And there's, we're in the double season. Click on double season, and then you'll see John and Becky with Flippin' Out.
There you go. So cabinwarstv.com. Click on the double season, and then click on John and Becky. Monroe, West Monroe, we need to help them out. A lot of these people are from Calhoun. No, sorry, they actually live in Calhoun.
People know West Monroe from the Duck Dynasty, so you tend to use that.
That's when I'm out of town, and people are like, where are you from? Like, Northeast Louisiana. Where's that? Duck Dynasty? Oh,
yeah. You tell them Calhoun, and they're like, where in the world is that?
Yeah, right. No, they definitely have.
Maybe they'll know now.
But we need your votes. So let's go out and show our local contractors, local designers, some love. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see you soon.
Let me say one other thing. We are going to give part of our proceeds if we win this. There is a $40,000 prize for the winner, and we are going to give part of those proceeds to a local ministry called Raise the Nations. They go all over the world, to areas that typical missionaries don't go to. and just share the word of God with these people. So we support them now, even before this, and we're gonna continue supporting them through Cabin Wars.
Yeah.
So we'll put that out there also.
Well, that's great. Look, guys, your vote will help people.
Yes.
You should go help people. All right. That's it. We'll see you guys.
That's it.
Thank
y'all.